All right. Well, here's a good question. I think it's for Jonathan because he worked on the Museum of the Bible. At what point do we cross the line from a religious or faith-based attraction to just making faith or religion a show?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. At about 38.5% along into the project. Yeah, that's a very philosophical question, right? I mean, for 39.5. When we were working on our project at the Museum of the Bible, we just had to be very aware that we had two audiences. I mean, and for one of the audiences, it is sort of a show in a way, because if you come into that space and you're not inclined to be a person of faith, you're a hardcore skeptic, there's still a lot for you to take away. It's really designed for you. I mean, absolutely. At the same time, we had to cater to two groups who were sort of restoring their faith or rebooting their faith, or they need no rebooting, they were just going to be doing it, and it was a powerful thing for them. So in a way, we were planning for all audience types, like what you do in a theme park. You have to plan for a wide, sort of the gamut. And so I'll answer the question this way, we actually planned it to both be a faith-based attraction and also for those who are not of faith, a show, because you have to respect your audience, whoever they are.
Thank you. So, Jonathan, you said that you decided to say yes when the Museum of Bible came calling. And so, Andrew, you just sent out a bid for this Spark. And I'm sure there's people here in the audience that might go, well, geez, how do I get involved in that? But what was the reaction you got when you sent out and reached out to design firms and media firms to help you with Spark?
Well, that's the first conversation that we have is this a project that you would be willing to work on and come with an open mind, knowing that, similar to your experience with Museum of the Bible, the sponsors want it to be as inclusive as possible, but there is an agenda. There is an agenda that says the Bible is an important book, and I want people leaving believing that. And in Spark, the agenda is the belief that we're better off when people have this connection to deity without having a direct agenda to a specific organization. So certainly interviewed lots of firms, and we get told no quite a bit. So there are several people that just aren't comfortable working on religious things because they feel it's too counter to their personal beliefs, or so lots of rejection.
So Yale, if Andrew comes calling and wants you to work on a feasibility study for Temple Square, what would you say?
I'd say sure.
Why?
Well, I mean, the thing is, let's put this in context. There's clearly within this room a whole different level of belief or lack of belief. I'm a lack of belief person, but that's good. Because in what I do, which is look at the numbers and take a close analytical approach of what could happen, what won't work, that's actually the best thing to do, is you're completely removed from the situation. You don't get wrapped into the story. You don't get wrapped into the mission. You're just saying, what would actually work? I find it challenging and interesting.
Thank you. I have one more question here on the card, handwritten note from backstage. It says, no time for more questions.
Aww.
So, in closing, let me jump to one last slide here. So, we wanted to leave you today with a little bit of feeling and emotion and a little bit of story. So we're going to bring Alexandria Henderson back on stage to sing This Little Light of Mine, a Negro spiritual written in the 1920s and adopted over time to the civil rights movement. And this song was the first song played on the David Letterman, the Late Show with David Letterman on September 17th, 2001, after 9/11, by the Harlem Boys Choir. And it's a great example of how a gospel song, a song about faith, can embed itself in culture, in meaning, and in story. And we're very excited to bring Alexandria back to sing this song for you. So thank you very much.